We are live. Welcome to episode 27 of the High Swap Podcast, brought to you by our new producer, Mass Music Radio. I'm here today, as always, with the boys, Bob Deuce.
How are we?
Snipsky.
Yes, sir.
And myself, Andrew Coco Curry. What's happening, boys? Anything new with you guys?
No, not really. Just same old coaching, playing some hockey. Had a little bye week for Quincy College, so I've just been resting my body. Well-deserved rest. So how about you, Vinny?
Pretty good. Big weekend for the Movember tournament, the first annual. Yes, sir.
Oh, yeah.
I got a haircut on Friday and asked him to cut a couple inches off and ended up with a mullet. So it's kind of heat. Yeah, it's kind of heat. Try to show it off. Or is this,
show it.
I didn't even see it yet.
This is what it looks like. You can see.
Yeah, everyone
shave
can see.
the sides and all the party in the back.
Yeah, so this kid comes into the apartment and he goes, "Oh, I just got a haircut." I'm like, "Oh, it looks good." He's like, "Thanks," whatever. And then 5 minutes later, we're still having a conversation. He takes off his hat and I'm like, and I just smile. I'm like, "What the fuck?" And he goes, "What?" This kid didn't even know we had a mullet. He whatever. He went in and got a haircut and didn't even ask for a mullet, and they gave him a mullet. And and he's like, "How's it look?" And I'm like, "It looks good," but I'm shocked you have a mullet.
He started shitty grinning me real quick on the couch. I'm like, "Yo, is it good? Do I look like shit?" And he's like, "No, it looks good. You're just I can't believe you got a mullet." I'm like, "Oh yeah, I didn't ask for it. He kind of just gave it to me." And then I was like, "Why don't you get one?" He goes, "Oh, I would never."
Yeah. I was like, "I'm not getting a mullet."
If Quincy College makes the playoffs, yeah.
Yeah, if you run the table, I'll get a mullet.
Yeah. If we go to Natty's, I'll get a mullet too.
Yeah, everyone will get a mullet.
I've gotten good.
The old backdoor mullet, though, Snipsky. Did you not look in the mirror before you got out of the chair?
Yeah, I did. No, I didn't notice he shaved my sides down that deep, and then he just showed me the back, and I'm like, "Oh, maybe it looks all right." And then Bob told me I had a mullet. I was like, "Oh, geez."
The fact that you didn't even know what kind of haircut you got until I told you is insane. That's so
I didn't
funny,
know
though.
it was that short on the sides, but hey, everybody that I've seen it says it looks good, so whatever. No bad reviews.
Worked out.
Then he just falls asleep in the chair, wakes up. He's like, "Fuck, I got a mullet now."
Yeah.
Yeah,
Honestly, no, it looks good, dude.
Yeah,
you're rocking it.
Yeah, I know, and I got the stash too. So
Yeah. What if your stash was half shaven off?
yeah.
It's like he has a mullet and his half of his mustache is shaven off too. He just got absolutely smoked.
All done.
But no, it's hockey season, dude, so you can get away with it. You got a good excuse.
Yeah, you know what? I did it for the pod.
Exactly. Right?
Subconsciously.
But that's unreal, though. But yeah, since like you were saying, Movember golf tourney, huge success this past weekend. Raised over $1,000 for the Movember Foundation, who's helping change the face of men's health. 72 people, 18 teams showed out. It was 75 and sunny, dude. Couldn't have asked for a better day.
Oh, it was beautiful.
It was a good time.
Yeah, it was honestly that was my first time playing golf in mad long too. That was such a good time. Have a couple cold ones out there. Enjoy the day. Yeah, a couple.
Yeah.
But yeah, like you said, Coco, it was a good turnout. Yeah, the raffle went good and everything. And then I got snubbed in the mustache contest though.
Yeah,
I was a shoo-in.
I just counted the votes. I didn't supervise him. So
I was a late entry. That's why I didn't win. It was too late. It's too late.
A little late on the entry. But yeah, no, it was a good time, dude. Looking to double the numbers next year, make it even bigger and better.
Hell yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So yeah, that was awesome. Looking forward to it again. For me, back from paternity leave, back to work today, dude, wasn't great, being off of work for the last 3 weeks, dude, and then having to go back just hit me hard today. Monday was tough, but happy to be back in the studio today and get to talk some hockey with you boys. So you guys ready to get into it?
Yeah, let's get it.
Let's go. We got a big episode for you all today. Gonna start with a little hockey talk. Then we're gonna power rank the new reverse retro jerseys everyone's raving about, and then we'll finish with our weekly gambling corner. Before we do, though, we got a quick ad. So we're here in the studio today thanks to our producer, Mass Music Radio. Mass Music Radio is an online streaming radio station and podcast production studio. Their goal is to provide a platform that showcases the work of up-and-coming artists, producers, DJs, and musicians. If you're interested in working with Mass Music Radio or would like to know more about them, please visit their website at www.massmusicradio.com. That's www.massmusicradio.com. All right, why don't we jump into a little hockey talk? And of course, we got to start with the little Quincy College recap the Granite's week. So the boys picked up their first win in program history against Nickel College by a final score of 7-6. Game was an absolute shootout down at the New England Sports Center in Marlboro. High slot's own Bob Deuce recorded his first collegiate goal. Clap it up for him. It was a snipe too. It wasn't no garbage goal either.
Yeah, I mean I don't score, so that was nice. I'm usually I'm a disher, but I guess it was in the cards that night. Hopefully more to come. But yeah, I'm actually proud of the boys. Like a lot of people will count us out from the start. We had a tough 0-3 start, playing some tough teams and everything, but we came together, beat a pretty good Nichols team. Away game out in Marlboro on a Sunday night. Thanks for that. But yeah, the boys we played a full 60 and everyone just gelled together and got that win. It was a good feeling.
Yeah, great team effort all around. You made history, boys. Made history. First win in program history. That's huge. Gonna look back on that someday, and be talking about it for a while. The boys are currently 1-4. Dropped a couple tough ones to MMA, Mass Maritime. They're one of the top teams in the league. Couple close ones against them. But the boys been playing great hockey as of late. We got our next game this Friday, November 11th at Quincy Youth Arena, and we hope to see some of you out there, supporting the boys. Roll Granite.
Absolutely, roll Granite, baby. Just keep the intensity up for the home games. The boys are loving it.
Those 10, 11, 12-year-old kids just chirping the shit out of the other team, dude. It doesn't get old.
Yeah, they do all the chirping for us. We just go out there and play our game. We just got to win for them. Get a W for them.
7 p.m. Friday night. Come down to the barn. Boys will put on a good show. All right, why don't we recap some of the latest NHL news? We got to start with the hometown guys, the Boston Bruins. Off to a 10-2 start, first place in the Atlantic Division. But before we talk about, how good the start of the season has been, we got to talk about how the front office finds a way to screw all this shit up. So on Friday, the Bruins signed 20-year-old Mitchell Miller. And a lot of you are probably thinking, what's the big deal with that? Sounds like a promising young prospect. Well, for those who haven't heard the story about this kid, he's a renounced Arizona Coyotes draft pick that was taken to court for bullying a black developmentally disabled high school classmate named Isaiah Mayer Crothers back in 2016. So the Bruins signed Mitchell Miller, and League Commissioner Gary Bettman then announces that, this kid might not even be eligible to play in the NHL because of these former actions. Then the Bruins go and release Mitchell Miller 2 days later after tons of controversy and hateful comments online. I mean, what are we doing? What are we doing here, boys? This was just out of left field. Another fuck up from the Bruins front office. What do you guys think about this?
Dude, so the preseason preview, I was like, hey, I don't think the Bees have it in them to even be even close to what they're doing right now, which is incredible. I mean, obviously as a Bruins fan, you love to see what was going on with the team and everything. And then Don Sweeney and Cam Neely just show their true colors and just don't give a shit. And go and sign a kid, like you said, Coco. Everyone just heard with Coco how he just described what's going on and what this kid has, like how he is as a person. And Bergie said it best, man. He said, we build a culture here. We've built a culture here for like 10 years that everyone has to be selfless. Everyone has to be like a good dude pretty much to be in this locker room. Like they only sign guys because they'll see like potential in them like as a player and as a person. And you can't be doing that. And like the thing is, like, one, they didn't even mention anything to the family. They didn't reach out to the family, the victim of the family, even thinking it's okay to even reach out and talk to Mitch Miller or whatever. And it's just complete fuck up, like you said. And they threw Bergie in the fire. If Bergie's the one that actually had a response to anything, and because Don Sweeney and Cam Neely knew they fucked up so bad, they didn't want to talk about it. And the one thing that irks me too, Cam Neely, his statement was insane. They're like, he goes, we didn't know about his background. It's like, you kidding me, dude? Yeah. This kid, he gets drafted by the Coyotes and like goes to court. Like, what do you just don't turn on the TV? Don't read the news, dude? Like, you're in the world of the hockey and NHL. Like, you clearly heard about what this kid's all about. You know what I mean? It's such an insane thing, insane move. Like, it's a black eye in our organization for no reason. We're 10-2. We're hot out of the gates and all this stuff. And now like you threw our captain out there, like that his credibility is in question too, because everyone thinks that he was okay with the move, even though he was like, I never said it was okay. I know he doesn't make the decision, ultimately makes the decision because he's just a player, not the front office, hockey operations. But like, dude, if Patrice Bergeron, your captain's like, I don't know, like I don't like this kid, I don't like what he's doing and all that stuff, like you gotta listen to him. What do you think, Vinny?
Yeah, I agree 100%. Snipsky, what's your thought?
Man, it's just Beavis and Butthead, dude. Neely and Sweeney. It's unbelievable. Just 10-2 start, and then you guys are rolling, and then like it just shows. Like I don't know why they're so hungry to sign like an AHL guy. Maybe because someone's can't draft talent, but it's unbelievable. You got Bettman coming out here pretty much at the Global Series, and they ask him about it, and he's like, oh, I'm just hearing about excuse me. I'm just hearing about this now where supposedly they've been vetting, in parentheses, Mitchell Miller for a couple months now, and they don't even run it by the commissioner of the league. And the commissioner of the league goes, oh, yeah, I don't think he's even eligible to even be in this NHL, AHL. That's not our problem. And send him to another league, whatever. The Bruins sign him. It's nuts. And it just shows how tone deaf they are as an organization. Like, I heard the Rapid 7, the sponsor for the Bruins with the patch, he is a black male or a man with a disabled kid too. So it's like that's hurting the pockets also. Like it's just like unbelievable. Just this whole thing. You're 10-2 and you think you have to do this thing. Like why? Like just for this kid to play in the AHL? I just it doesn't make any sense to me.
So all right, so what's vetting mean? Does that mean like they were scouting him?
Yeah,
or just...
vetting. They were like trying to figure out, what happened, like trying to get him, like, you know what I mean? See if he changed to vetting. Like,
okay, just hold on a second. The fact that you said they've been vetting him for months now, Cam Neely said that, they should know what the hell the kid did and like what he's about and like if you should sign him or not. Cam Neely literally said, we didn't know enough about his background. Cam Neely needs to go. Him and Don Sweeney after this, I know you can't really fire both of them, but like I think Cam Neely, like what he's been saying and like all this stuff is so bullshit that like I think it's just like, all right, dude, like get out of here.
Another thing that's
one of these clowns gotta go.
Yeah, the other thing that's ridiculous is they haven't even talked to the kid's like family either. Like they haven't like like the vetting process is going to talk to the other side of the story and not just taking the side of the story you want to hear. You know, it's crazy. Like this kid could be lying straight to the faces of the Bruins, but they're like, we don't want to hear, like pretty much don't want to hear the other side of the story, and it's unbelievable. Like this, and they act like they can't get in touch with the family. The family's been interviewed by like 6 different networks, telling like everybody what happened, and like this kid has a juvenile conviction. Like the judge even said, like you're fucked. Like you are like fucked, dude. Like what's going on? And I guess the other kid that he did it with apologized like when they got convicted, but Mitchell Miller did nothing. Like last week or whatever, he sent him a Snapchat message saying, I'm sorry. It's like, dude, you literally got convicted of a like juvenile felony, and you're like just because the Bruins want to give you like $1 million to play hockey. Now I don't know. It's just too shady to me. I don't like the situation.
He has a real punchable face too. I Googled him the other day and I was like, like this kid sucks. You can just tell.
Yeah.
Yeah. I guess it's been known too that Mitchell Miller's never publicly apologized to the Isaiah Meyer Crothers kid. He only did it in court when he was like basically forced.
Yeah, right.
I mean, this is just worst case scenario, honestly. After the best start in franchise history for the Bruins, they go out and do something like this. 2 things bother me here, though. So Bettman said that the Bruins never even consulted with the league about signing this kid. Snipsky, I think you mentioned that. Knowing that this is going to be controversial and knowing that, this kid might not even be allowed to play. So why would you not go through the league before you'd even make a move like this? And 2, Cam Neely said in a presser that the decision to sign this young man was made after careful considerations. Well, how careful was it? Because did you consider the players on the Bruins who are basically being thrown under the bus, being forced to answer questions from the media when, like you guys said, they had nothing to do with this, right? They didn't have any say in signing this kid. And then we go and release him 2 days later. I mean, at least own up to your decision,
right,
that you made. Stick to it. You're going to ditch the kid after 2 days because you got a bunch of hate online and people are saying bad stuff about you. It's like, that's your own fault, dude. Stop making excuses now and trying to cover up what you did, which is just, historically what the Bruins front office does. They just cover up one thing after another, find a scapegoat, and then move on. And
well, the scapegoat was, first was Bruce Cassidy, and then now it's Patrice Bergeron. Because I don't know why they would make Patrice, like, maybe he said, I'll talk to the media. But at the same time, like, Don Sweeney and Cam Neely should have been at the brunt of it because they're the ones that made the decision.
Yeah.
It's like, bro, like, what are you guys doing?
Did you see Sweeney did talk like a few days ago, like the day they like signed him? Oh my God, he was a puddle, dude. Like snapping at the media a little bit, like he's giving like these answers, like he doesn't want to talk and be up there. But hey, man, you made your bed, like pretty much. You know what I mean? You didn't have to do this. It's crazy. Like, why do this? We're on a 7-game win streak, and you got to go out and sign this kid because you think after 2 years, this kid hasn't apologized and like, let the time blow over type. I don't know. It's crazy.
Yeah, it's disgusting. Like honestly, it's disappointing that the Bruins would make a move like this, and like it doesn't make me feel good about myself. Saying that I'm a Bruins fan, right? I don't even want to mention that right now, like to other people. It's like because now we're just looked like as scumbags too, right? Because we're associated with the Bruins organization. It's just. It makes no sense. I have no idea why they would make a move like this.
It's because Don Sweeney always finds things to finds a way to fuck it up. Like he just,
yeah. I thought Harvard guys are a lot smarter too.
You think so? I guess they're just giving out degrees to anyone. Yeah. I mean, just it goes to show, never sleep on the Bruins front office to just ruin everything good that they have. This is why we can't have nice things.
Where's the Jacobs family? What do they say? They say anything?
Sounds like they don't care. If they don't fight,
counting their bills.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, if they really cared, they'd probably get rid of somebody. But you know what I mean. But
they don't give a shit.
I don't think. I heard the Jacobs family's like they go like a Florida base, like they live in Florida and they ride horses and stuff. They're not very engaged, so I think it's all Cam Neely. Unfortunately,
I agree. Why don't we talk about the guys who are actually out on that ice, representing the black and gold. And boys, I think it might be time to admit we were wrong about this Bruins team going into the season.
Yeah, I'm a man. I'll admit it.
First in the Atlantic Division, second best record in the NHL. I mean, what's going on with the Bees? What have you boys been seeing?
I guess Jim Montgomery was actually a good. I mean, like obviously like there was high regard for him coming in anyways. Like he has a good track record. But honestly, I was just always just mad about the Bruce Cassidy firing. But Jim Montgomery, he's made some tweaks in the offensive game and the scheme, and it's working. Like they're jumping the D up in the offensive rush because we do have some really skilled offensive defensemen, so it's working out. But the thing is, it's just all man rushes go the other way. But it shows that we're good enough and fast enough to recover for it, and we have the goaltending too. So. Yeah, so far so good. There's just so much time left and so many games left and everything. Hopefully we can keep it going. But yeah, I'll admit it. We all three of us are dead wrong about how they're going to start this season. I thought they were going to be struggling until Marchand and McAvoy came back. But now that Marchand is back 100%. And then McAvoy's going to be back in probably 3 weeks, so we're looking good right now. Yeah,
I mean, like you said, we were all dead wrong kind of, but hey, I mean, it's a hot start to the season. I'm still gonna be a little bit negative because I mean they got probably some losses due up here, but I mean they're a run and gun team, and Monty's he fits the style of the team I think a lot too. When they get to close games like Maple Leafs the other night, they couldn't bury, and Maple Leafs low key got a really good defense. So it's just those close games. How are they gonna be? I know they can win those high scoring games, but We'll see. Linus Olmark has been on his absolute dome piece too. Like that. That's huge. Like Swayman's taken a little bit of a step back. It seems like he got hurt. He was playing pretty well in that game too. And then Olmark got his head on straight after he had a tough second period against the Penguins. I think that was a huge win for us. I thought we were all done.
We should have lost that game. The Penguins lost that game.
Yeah, I mean, the Bruins update. Bruins up 1-0 right now after the first. DeBrus too. They're just playing a lot more freely too. You can tell like it was a tight ship with Cassidy, and Cassidy was limiting guys. Which is these guys don't have Cassidy in the back of their mind, so it seems to be clicking very well.
Yeah, I think you hit the nail on the head there, Snipskit. These guys are just playing more free. I think. Under Bruce Cassidy, a lot of these guys were afraid to make mistakes, thought they were going to lose ice time, get demoted a line or two. But the offense, man, number one scoring offense in the league, averaging over 4 goals a game. I mean, didn't see that coming. The normal guys are producing. Pasta's got 19 points in 10 games. He's going for the Art Ross this year. But then, you got DeBrusque. You said he buried tonight. He's been playing well. Foligno looks like a new man, dude. He looks like he was on the back nine, but he fucking found a second gear because he's playing well too.
He had a hot dog at the turn.
Yeah, he's looking like the guy we went and signed 3 years ago. Allmark been a brick wall, dude. 8-1 with a 2.16 goals allowed. He's living up to that contract we paid him. Defense has been a little bit weak, but McAvoy coming back at the end of the month is going to be a big help.
That could be we're high scoring games like 6-5, some of them. If he comes back and he is rock solid, we could be winning games like 6-2, 6-1, or you know what I mean, like 5-1. Like he could be such a game changer back there. He's so young, and I don't even think we saw the height of him yet. Yeah. Like with that shoulder injury, I get why they're holding him out, because that could be re-aggravated like very easily. And we don't really need him at this point, but
him and Lindholm are going to be a force to be reckoned with, dude.
Oh,
Lindholm is nasty.
Hampus is holding down the blue line.
Dude, he's had some big goals, man, some big plays on D. Like, dude, he's real deal. I can see why we signed him for 8 years.
His OT winner against
Penguins.
It was Penguins.
It was the Pen. Dude, he just went end to end and then picked top corner.
That was dirty.
Like, oh, my God.
That's not a defenseman. Yeah. That's not a regular defenseman.
Hey, we're talking about awards. He might be up there for the, what was it?
Norris.
Yeah, Norris. Yep.
Absolutely. He's anchoring the Bruins D-line right now.
AJ Greer looks good. Like, there's so many random dudes that just came out of nowhere and took because everyone thought that kid Mark McLaughlin was a shoo-in, and then AJ Greer just was like, nah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You see those guys like AJ Gray. I think that's a lot of Montgomery guys. Montgomery's been maybe coach back in the day. He's just picking, throwing on the roster, and it's just working.
No, I think we drafted AJ Gray.
No, he was Colorado, second round pick a couple of years ago, and then we just picked him up this year.
Yeah, the BU boy.
Yeah, he played BU. He's a big guy too. He can drop the mid, score goals. So I like him on the third line.
Does his dad drive a Zamboni?
Yeah.
Does his dad drive a Zamboni?
Yeah, he really showed out in the preseason.
Yeah, no, he in the preseason he was just like, I want this bad, and just went out and just proved himself and found himself a spot in the team, and he's been producing as well as many other guys on the team.
Charlie Coyle too, showing up.
Producing top to bottom right now. It's what we've always needed. Let's see how long it stays like that. So the only other team better than the Boston Bruins right now is the Las Vegas Golden Knights. NHL best 11-2 to start the season, 7 straight wins right now. What's been the key to the Knights' hot start this season, boys?
It's just the Bruce Cassidy effect. Everywhere he goes, it's just the team. Yeah, he's just Bruce. Believe in Bruce, man. Their decor is just dirty. It's just their decor is so good, dude. They're so deep.
Best in the league.
And
Best in the league.
Yeah.
They're allowing just over 2 goals per game. First in the league right now.
Yeah, that says a lot, man. And their goalie situation, not even really a problem. Everyone thought it was gonna be a problem, but they've stepped up, and the goalies have stepped up, and obviously you got Jack Eichel, Stoner, all those Marcia So, their forward core is fucking stacked too. Even Phil Kessel's having a good year.
Dude, they get so much production from every line.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Eichel's leading the team, 14 points, and then Carlson, Marchessault, Pietrangelo, Riley Smith, Chandler Stevenson, Mark Stone all have 10 points apiece.
Chandler Stevenson's my boy. He's so fast. He is so fast.
Yeah, I'm looking at these stats. There's a lot of like pluses up here. Like Shea Theodore plus 11. Like that's
He's a number one defenseman. He's nasty.
Even Jack Eichel, dude, he's a plus 10. That's huge. If he can be that guy, oh man, he could. Oh my God, he's got 14 points in 13 games. If he keeps that up, he could be the guy over there. Like what they traded for. They could win that trade.
What are the goalies' stats looking like?
It's not included right here, but
Logan Thompson, he's 6-2 with a 2 goals allowed, 9.34 save percentage. He's been stellar.
How are we?
2.01. That is money.
How is your sister?
And the backup's 5-0.
Yeah.
Aiden Hill. Yeah.
Jeez.
Aiden Hill, I didn't even know where Aiden Hill came from. I think he came from Phoenix.
Yeah,
the Odis or something. He's not bad either. But the Logan Thompson kid, I saw him play a lot last year when Lehner went down, and I was like, this kid's got a lot of potential, and he's fucking showing it this year. I mean, it helps his decor is unbelievable, but I question the goaltender of the Knights coming into the season. Logan Thompson's proved me wrong. He's been lights out.
Logan Thompson season.
Yeah, love to see it.
Being defensive minded coach like Bruce, like he's got these big defensemen, you know what I'm saying? And like he's just coaching them. Like it's just the effect, you know what I'm getting at with these goalies. The goalies aren't like superstar goalies. The defense is just playing unbelievable in front of them.
Oh yeah, like we even said it before the season. Like if you just look on paper, like their decor is so stacked, dude.
Yeah, Pietrangelo,
it's crazy.
Theodore.
Alec Martinez,
Martinez, like
White Cloud. White Cloud's a beast. Like they're nasty. The decor is so deep.
Yeah, I mean it helps. It helps when your decor is that good, but you definitely can't knock the goaltender and the offense producing too. They're just clicking on all cylinders, and this Vegas team looks deadly.
It's a perfect team. It's a perfect team for Bruce Cassidy. They fit his mold.
Yeah, I mean he walked into the most ideal situation leaving Boston. Like, you know, he left somewhere where he wasn't wanted and walked into a place with open arms. Like, yep, we want you, Bruce. And he's got to believe in Bruce wherever he goes. You can't doubt that, man.
Yeah, I mean, like, he could be hard. He's like a drill instructor, but at the same time, dude, like, if he's winning you hockey games, I mean, you can't really hate on a coach.
Yeah, absolutely.
He's winning hockey games.
He's just on the, like you said, perfect team, specific style of play. Like with the big decor, heavy on the back end. That's a Bruce Cassidy built team. The Bruins were just going in a different direction, just run and gun. And that's what I think really came down to also. Other than they didn't like him.
Yeah, I mean, it was mostly the Jacobs just wanted ticket sales. They just wanted exciting hockey. So,
yeah. Hey, we'll see. Maybe a
cup. Why don't we look at a team on the other end of the spectrum right now? So the Pittsburgh Penguins, they currently have 7 straight losses. They're 7th in the Metropolitan Division, starting out the season at 4-6-2. It's early, but the Penguins are in danger of missing the playoffs for the first time in 16 years. This team looks lifeless. What's going on in Pittsburgh?
Yeah, so they started off 4-0, like obviously as expected. Like their roster, like very deep roster. Kind of the last dance, I guess, with the contract structure over there. But yeah, it's kind of like what the Canucks have going in the beginning of the season, where like they have like a 2 or 3 goal lead and just can't hold it. It's kind of hard to like I think it's just D zone, honestly. Like it's just like D zone breakdowns, especially against the Bruins. Like what they had they scored like 3 goals in like 40 seconds against us. Like they have the offense and like the tenacity to put pucks in net like relentlessly. But it looked like there was just a bunch of just D zone breakdowns that don't happen, which is uncharacteristic because Mike Sullivan's such a good coach that like you should see his reactions, dude, after certain games and certain goals. He looks like he's about to have a heart attack, like a stroke out there. But
Sully losing his mind. Bob, I think you nailed you fucking nailed the nail on the head here. With Pittsburgh defense has been brutal. They're bottom 5 in the league in goals allowed, shots on goal allowed, and penalty kill percentage. And Jari and DeSmith are both sporting goals allowed over 3 goals per game. It's not good in Pittsburgh right now, especially defensively.
Which is a shock because if you look at their decor, like you wouldn't even think it's a problem. You know what I mean?
Yeah, so. I think it's a lot to do with the goaltending. When I was watching, when we were playing the Penguins and they let in all those goals, it was a lot of softies like Jari, like had the puck in the crease, could have covered it with his glove, and he's not controlling rebounds, and we're just getting in the crease and slapping it in. It's like you got to get a glove on that, and it's just shaky goaltending. I didn't really like the Letang. Like, I like signing for like a couple years, but like how they gave him like the 6-year whatever contract for like a 32-year-old is kind of a lot, and I think that might backfire on them eventually. He has 7 assists, and he's a -7 right now, and that's worst on the team. Yeah, and they like Jeff Petrie, Coco. You said this last year. He's done. I think he's not.
He's all done.
He's done. Like they got a young, promising, like for a bunch of young, promising forwards. It's not their forwards; they can put up goals, but yeah, man, I think their goaltending's like in their defense just not great. I think it's overrated.
Yeah, it's a shock to see the Penguins team playing this badly. The offense production hasn't been bad, but if you look down the line, besides Crosby, Malkin, and Gensel, no one else on that team even has double-digit points. They're only getting production from the top guys. It's still early, but I believe they can turn it around. I mean, if you got Sid on your team, you got Gino, anything can happen. Even though Gino's been playing brutal, dude, he got roasted for not hustling for an icing, like beating the puck to an icing. The guy beat him to it, end up leading to a big goal. But, lesson learned there. They can turn around, but they got to do it quick. And it's not going to be easy in this division that they're in. The Metropolitan's real tough. I mean, you got New Jersey right now in first. They're playing great hockey. Carolina's a wagon. Rangers are a wagon.
Right.
Philly's playing good hockey. I don't think that's going to last. And the Islanders look feisty this year, too. So there's 5 teams right off the bat that they have to pass if they want to get in the playoffs. And right now, they're not better than any of those teams.
Yeah, I agree with that, but you can't really count out the Penguins, man. Especially Sidney Crosby. You can't count him out. So,
yeah, it's
plenty of hockey left
for them, too. So they got to do something, but they got to do it quick.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I mean, like, they got Mike Sullivan, one of the best coaches in the league, in my opinion. Sidney Crosby, like I said. Malkin. I know Malkin could be a diva at times, but
I just don't. I saw Malkin last year, and I'm like, he's really on the back nine. Just the way I think he skate. I see him skating out there, and like he wasn't like, he's not the old Malkin, you know what I mean? Like the putting up points like crazy, and like him and Crosby. I mean, he's got 5 and 7, but I don't know. I just think going old like that. I mean, the Bruins did, and it's working out, but I think we're just it's their defense and their goalie.
Penguins are the oldest team in the league. They're
Yeah.
older than the Bruins too. So yeah, trouble in paradise for the Penguins right now. All right, one more guy we got to honor before we move on here. So Vegas Golden Knights forward Phil Kessel became the new NHL Ironman, playing in his 990th consecutive game, breaking the former streak set by Keith Yandel just last year. The streak started November 3rd, 2009. It's been alive ever since. What's your thoughts on the accomplishment from Phil the Thrill?
it was honestly a sneaky one because obviously like Jans had it. But like after Jans retired, everyone was like, "Oh, like Phil the Thrill about to take that the crown." I'm like, "What?" And I looked at it, I was like, "Oh shit!" He was like very close. He was like within 20 games, probably less. Yeah, I mean, dude, he's had an incredible career, dude. Like 2 Stanley Cups, over 1,000 games, Ironman streak. He's about to have 1,000 points by the end of this year. I think he's only like 20 shy. So this is my question to you, Vinny, or both of you. Do you think Phil Kessel is a Hall of Famer?
Absolutely.
I think he is.
I think he's a lock for Hall of Fame.
Dude,
honestly.
over 1,000 games, Ironman streak, 2 Stanley Cups, and he's about to get over 1,000 points. Career.
Yeah, I mean, 35 years old, on pace to retire 400 goals, 1,000 points, which would put him top 100 all time in both categories. Like you said, 2-time Cup winner. The guy beat testicular cancer.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah.
Just those, and then the stories you hear about Phil, like, just make him a legend.
He's a legend. He's never drank in water once in his life.
He buries like hot dogs, drinks Coca-Cola all day, and then he goes out and breaks the streak for consecutive games played. It's one of the most ironic things I've ever witnessed, and like because of that solely, I think you got to put Phil in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm looking at his DB right now. Like the only thing I could see like keeping him out is like absolute -1.5.
Yeah, doesn't play much defense.
Yeah. I mean, but like
The one-way guy.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's the only thing. Like,
Not
he's got
every-
solid stats.
Not
but-
every Hall of Famer is gonna have plus.
Yeah, I know,
like-
but like at least be a like not a minus like 100 though.
He's a minus 100
because it's pretty close, dude. It goes last like 5 years. So it goes -19, -21, -17, -24, -2. In 1 year with the Leafs, he was -34. There's not 1 year he's a plus. Or maybe there's +3, +9. He was +23 on the Bruins like the last year we got rid of him. But other than that,
I doubt his plus minus is gonna keep him out. Like I doubt that keeps.
yeah, I mean, like that's. I mean, you just. Yeah, the streak and like the 1,000 points. He's played 1,200 games. He played 82 games, 6 years in a row. And all right, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. He played 10 years, 82 games, 10 times.
That's very impressive.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, he's got the stats though, like offensively to make it. He's not going to get 1,000 points this year, but next year, if he's with the Knights again or whoever, he'll get it next year. He's about 39 points away.
He can probably do it this year.
I mean, the Cups too. Like being on those Penguins teams going to help him get in.
I think he'll get 1,000 points this year.
You think he's going to get another 39?
There's so much hockey left,
He could.
and he's playing on the Knights. The Knights are nasty. Like his supporting cast,
He's got 6 already.
He can get like 40 more. He could be like a 45, 46, maybe almost a 50-point guy.
Yeah, I'd top him out around 50 this year. I think he can get it, but yeah, if not, definitely next year. If you look at the nitty-gritty stuff, like when it comes down to it, he might not have like the best stats, but I just think the legend of Phil the Thrill and the fact that he's just simply one of a kind, I think that gets him in the Hall of Fame. And the Ironman streak. First person to ever eat hot dogs out of the Stanley Cup, too. So
I'm a big fan of that. I know that's what I love about Phil Kessel is like he never lifted a weight in his life, and the dude just is in the show and plays like 1,000 games and doesn't even just eats hot dogs and like whatever he can get his hands on. Like I heard there's a story about him like sitting in the locker room and everyone's like they're lifting weights or whatever. It might be the gym, and they're like, oh yeah, Phil. He's not doing it. He's just sitting there. And they're like, yeah, Phil, why don't you lift a weight or something? And he's like, oh, all right. And then it's like he like whatever cleans. It's like the guy's got like a bunch of weights. And he's like, Phil just gets up, pulls it, and just smokes out, like just maxes out real quick. And then they're like, what? Like Phil is just a legend. He just doesn't work out, and he's just the strongest guy on the team.
He just built different.
Yeah, he looks like a slob.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's going bald, dude. He's got like 2 hairs on his head.
But Bob, you stole my next segment here. So we're going to play a little game called Future Hall of Famer or Not. I got a list of some guys that I'll list off, and I want you guys to tell me if you think they're Future Hall of Famer or not. So
right.
Phil Kessel was my first guy. We kind of answered that question.
That's hilarious.
Next up, we got Anze Kopitar, Hall of Famer or not?
100%. He's got the cups. He's got the points, dude. And he's been a Selke guy every year. He's definitely like a Vinny talking about the pluses over there. He has the plus.
Yeah, he's got the stats.
He's probably like a plus. Like what? What's your guess on his plus overall?
Ooh.
I'd probably say he's like a plus. Like
there's a lot of minuses over here.
What do you mean? No, there's only a couple minuses. Most of that's the pluses.
No. Look at last 3 years he's a -4, -6, -7.
That's not even bad.
No, I know, but like this year, like it's probably around an even.
He was plus 34 like twice.
Yeah. I'm looking, dude. He could be. Yeah, he's probably a plus.
Yeah, no, he's a Selke guy every year. You have to be a somewhat of a plus. You have to have good pluses, plus minus. Pretty much.
Yeah. He's hovering. It doesn't give me like the actual number.
But to answer your question, Coco, he's a Hall of Famer in my opinion.
Yeah, I got him as a Hall of Famer too. He's got 365 career goals, 702 assists, second in team history in assists, fourth in team history in points, 2 cups. I think he's a lock for Hall of Fame. Plus the Selkies, he's got the accolades. I think he's a Hall of Famer.
Yeah, he's just like a junior Bergeron. Like if there was no Patrice Bergeron, people would be like, "Oh, Anze Kopitar, best 2-way player in the league." But Patrice Bergeron's in. Yeah, he's got like the cups too, and he's the captain. I'm pretty sure, right? Like, I knew he wore the A. I knew he wore the A because Dustin Brown, right? And then he retired. So, yeah, no, I'd put him in. He's definitely ahead. He's got 1,200 games played, 1,000 points. He's in, got the cups, was the leader of the team, Kings. Like, he's over. I put him over Phil Kessel easily, though.
Yeah, I mean,
I agree. I agree with that.
Yeah, I mean, I was just saying Phil Kessel should get it just because, like, one, he's an absolute legend, and two, like the Ironman and everything, like everything. You know what I mean? Because that is an incredible accomplishment. And yes, Anze Kopitar is a Hall of Famer just from his everything he's done so far.
Lock it up.
Put him in.
Throw away the key.
Next on the list, I got another LA King, goaltender Johnny Quick. Is he a Hall of Famer?
I would want to say yes, but I don't know. I gotta look at his stats as a recent though, because he's had a couple down years. Dude.
I got him. 2.43 goals against. He's over 500 in starts, like 363 to 266. Is it 3 cups?
Yeah, he's won.
Yeah, man.
No, 2.
Is it 2? Oh, okay. 2. Yeah, no, but like 2 cups, that's hard for a goalie to get. And he's got a save percentage in .912 in his career. 722 games played, 56 shutouts. He's 66 PIMs.
He has more PIMs than shutouts. That's hilarious.
Nasty. I mean, hey, it's hard for a goalie to rack up 2 cups, man. Nowadays, and to have a 912 save percentage, that's good. That is good.
I think that he's a tough one. I love Johnny Quick. He's definitely fallen off in the past 5 years or so. Take away the cups, his stats aren't much.
Yeah, I agree.
Like looking at goalies like Fleury, Carey Price, like that were in his era.
Lundqvist.
I think those guys are so much better. Yeah, Lundqvist. I think he can still definitely get in, but I'm gonna say no.
I wouldn't say a lock, but he's gonna get very good consideration. Like, remember those cup runs the way he played, though. I think he's gonna be able to ride off how well he played.
Yeah, I mean, he's had a great career, but what I've seen, he's been declining the past couple of years. So
yeah, he's been tough, dude.
Because look at Lundqvist.
I agree.
Look at Lundqvist, Carey Price, and Fleury and shit like that. I know Fleury's kind of whatever this year.
He's turned it around.
Yeah, he's turned it around. But all those guys are consistent. Yeah, I know Lundqvist and Price don't have any Stanley Cups, but dude, they played lights out every single fucking year. They brought it every single year. You know what I mean? They were the MVPs of their team every year. So yeah, I think he's not a shoo-in. I mean, yeah, he'll get the votes, but to try to get in, but I don't think it's gonna be tough for him to get in the Hall of Fame, in my opinion.
Yeah, it'll be tough. All right, next I got Claude Giroux. What's your thoughts on Claude Giroux getting in the Hall?
I don't think so, dude. Don't get me wrong. I love the way he plays.
I don't think so either.
Yeah, I mean, I think the reason why he's bouncing from team to team is to get a cup so he can get in the Hall of Fame. He's trying to get his accolades into his resume for the Hall of Fame. I don't think so, dude. I mean, I love the way he plays and shit, but I don't know.
He's not at 1,000 points yet. He might. I don't actually. He's at 923. I don't even think he'll get it this year. Maybe, but I think he has to have 2 or 3, maybe 3 more very good years. And I don't
with
know
a cup,
if he has that in him.
With a cup,
throwing a Stanley Cup too. I don't know. I'm gonna say no on Claude Giroux. Not yet, at least.
Because has he won any notable awards though?
He won a Selke, I think.
Okay.
No, he didn't. That's someone else.
Wait. So he hasn't won anything. I don't think he's won any accolades.
I don't think he has much. No.
I mean,
great player though. Great player.
Yeah, he's a good player, but
yeah, the stats look solid. He had he had a 100 point year. 2017. Yeah, he has a few. I mean, it's not. Yeah, it's nothing to write home about. I'm seeing here he's a good 2-way guy, but being on the Flyers, they go the Cup once?
Yeah, and they lost to the Blackhawks.
Yeah, if you're gonna compare him to Kopitar, I'm throwing in Kopitar, and I'm probably not gonna throw in Giroux. Him jumping around at the end of his career might hurt him a little bit, but. We'll see. It doesn't look too bad for him. He actually played pretty well in Florida. I'm gonna say no.
Yeah. So that's a consensus. now.
Consensus. Yeah.
All right.
I got two more for you guys. Erik Karlsson.
That's a good one, dude. He's having a great year right now. That's another tough one.
He's back from the dead this year. I'm gonna say yes to Erik Karlsson.
I don't know.
Does he have a Norris?
Yeah, he might have two.
Then yeah, I'm putting him in. He's not as good as he used to be, but when he was in his prime, his seasons were absurd. Like he was by far the best defenseman in the NHL, and it wasn't even close.
Yeah, he was nasty on the Senate, dude.
He had back-to-back 20-goal seasons. Already has 518 points. He's 32. He could play for another 5 years.
Yeah.
Still produce.
Wait, how many points did you say?
He has
670.
660.
Yeah. 679 it says here. That's solid.
Yeah. I'm putting Erik Karlsson in.
Yeah, I think him getting hurt's gonna really hurt him. He didn't play a lot like the last couple of years, and he couldn't put together like a 70 games, But I'm not putting him in.
I'm putting him in the Johnny Quick category. Like he might.
Yeah, I don't think he's getting.
Like he does have a good resume to get in, but I don't know. He doesn't have any cups.
And he just he kind of like played a lot for Ottawa, like proved himself in Ottawa. Got traded to the Sharks, and he played 50 games each year, probably got hurt, and didn't even play last year at all. So I think he's hurting himself. He's not getting in. Not consistent enough.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong, he's a stud, but
consistency has to do something.
Yeah,
I don't think he's consistent enough.
You need consistency to get in the Hall of Fame, that's for sure. All right, last one, Joe Pavelski.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I think he's
Throw
good.
him in.
Yeah, I think he's just the way he plays. I know for a fact he has really really good stats.
Yeah, he does.
He has insanely good stats.
Yeah, no, he's nasty. I mean,
he's second all time in goals, power play goals, game winning goals, third in points, fourth in assists in San Jose Sharks history, and he hasn't even played on them in like 5 years. When's the last time he played
it's been 5 years. Yeah, he's been on the Stars for the past 5 years, 4 years,
and he has the most playoff goals by an American-born player in NHL history, 64 playoff goals.
Well, there you go.
Yeah,
Hall of Fame bound.
If I'm looking at his stats right now, very similar to Phil's. But if you look at the plus, dude, he's a plus player every year except 2 years. He had a -4 and a -5. The rest is 10 plus 20 all day. I like two-way player, very consistent. Throw him in.
He's been in a lot of Stanley Cup finals, I'm pretty sure, too, with the Stars and the Sharks.
Him and Jumbo Joe used to rip it up together. San Jose.
Yeah, he's definitely in my opinion.
I mean, he had 81 points 2 years ago or last year. 81 points.
Yeah, he's a monster. He's so sick in front of the net too. He just tips everything. You ever seen his tip drill? His tip drill's nasty.
It's unbelievable. He's got the best hand-eye of all time, I think.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah, he's
nasty. He plays the game the right way too.
Those are some players who are going to be up for big debate when it comes to Hall of Fame. I would not want to be on the committee that has to choose between some of those guys.
Yeah, hell
that's
no.
going to be tough.
Yeah, the Johnny Quick and Erik Karlsson, both of those, I was I don't know, dude. I'm like, that's tough.
Giroux's
a
tough one to say no to, but
I think Giroux my easier no, in my opinion. I don't know why.
Yeah, I would say so, but yeah, some of those other guys are real tough. All right, moving on. We're going to do a power ranking here of the highly hyped reverse retro jerseys that were introduced a few weeks ago. Some of the teams have sported them. Bruins are wearing theirs tonight. They're on my list. But we'll go top 5 first, and then we'll go bottom 5. So Snipsky, why don't we start with you? Who's your top 5 for the reverse retro?
You want me to rip them? Rip all 5?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, rip all 5.
So I'm gonna start with go from 5 to 1. So number 5. The Vancouver Canucks. Those are heat, dude. With the Canuck guy or whatever. Dude, I love the color scheme.
His name. He has a name, but yeah.
I like the color scheme on those. Those are nasty. Number 4, I'm gonna go with the Caps. The caps,
Okay, the
yeah,
Screaming Eagle.
yeah, dude. I love the black.
sick.
I love the black, and then they got the eagle like that. Those just bring me back. So,
Yeah.
and then my third one is Dallas. The Stars, like the old star
Yep.
jerseys with the Brett Hull when he scores, when he's in the crease and he taps it in, when the cup. This one, this one, you guys are gonna be like, what? The Winnipeg Jets.
Yeah,
Ooh, I don't know if I remember they have the old Jets logo.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, with the baby blue.
Okay.
Oh my God, they're unreal.
it's navy blue base, but it's like
Yeah.
baby blue, like on like the bottom of the jersey. And
Yeah, and then
You can't go wrong with baby blue.
they look nasty. They wore them, I think, last night. I saw them on Instagram. I'm like, oh man, they look nasty. And then last but not least, number one, the Pittsburgh Penguins.
Those things are so
Pen,
nasty.
Robo
Yeah.
Pen. Oh man, those are sick. Like Jaromir Jagr, Mario Lemieux.
Yeah, those are just classic.
Dude, they were so filthy too. Like they won like a couple cups in those things back in the early '90s. I wish I saw it, but I was in my dad's nutsack.
Twinkle in eye. Twinkle in
Well,
the
who
eye.
you got? Who's your top five?
So I got number 5, the St. Louis Blues. I like Aussie because the color scheme, and like I also like kind of like how like they put in their old. It's their first ever like logo they ever developed.
A little
And-
history. In
Yeah,
there.
I thought that was pretty cool. Or whatever, and also the Blues jerseys are always like pretty nasty. 4 Kings, can't go on with the purple and gold.
Yeah.
Nice
I
little
love those.
nice little scheme. And I put number 3, the hometown Bruins. The Pooh Bear jerseys are dirty. They're playing
Yeah,
they're playing in
those
them
are
right
nice.
now. They're so nasty, bro. Like we need to start wearing those more often. 2, the Screaming Eagle, Capitals.
Yeah, those were so sick. When I saw him last night, and Ovi broke the record for most goals in Caps history. too.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah, that's where he started with those ones too.
Yep.
That's
Yeah.
how old he's been.
He
playing.
definitely
circle.
knew. He definitely knew he had to score.
came full circle. Yep.
Yeah. And then number 1, the Florida Panthers. Those jerseys are
Ooh, yeah.
nasty. The baby blue with the palm tree on in the middle.
Yeah.
Like those are so clean, dude. So clean.
Yeah, I love those. So I got number 5. I got the Bees. The old school Pooh Bear is a classic, and I love that they went white this time for
Yeah.
a change. They always have a black or yellow jersey, so
Right.
a white retro jersey was sick to see for the Bees. Number 4, you guys both left us off your list. I got the Anaheim Ducks.
You like the Ducks
Yeah,
ones?
the only thing I didn't like about them is that they put the orange in there, and I was just like, no, we got to go all the way.
Should have been purple.
Yeah,
I didn't see the full jersey until they won the other night. They're rocking the orange pants. I don't know about those. but
Yeah.
you can't miss with the Mighty Duck logo. And
Yeah.
the color scheme is decent. It's definitely a little better, but the logo just makes the whole jersey. I love those. Growing up, Ducks were my favorite jersey by
yeah,
far.
sick. Paul Correa.
Yeah, exactly. Parker is my favorite player growing up, so gotta pay tribute to that. 3, I got the Florida Panthers. Big time Atlanta Thrashers vibes, and their jerseys were sick. The hockey stick and palm tree, that's a sweet logo too.
Yeah. It's nice.
Number 2, I got Pittsburgh, the old school Penguin. Lemieux and Yager wore those. It's just so clean. I love those. And then number 1, I went LA Kings, the yellow
Yeah.
and gold
Yeah.
with the crown. You just can't go wrong with that color scheme. It's too clean.
Yeah, it is. The crown, dude. Oh, my God.
Yeah, the Penguins jersey, like I just for some reason I left it out of my top 5 because I made this list like a couple weeks ago. But when I saw them in action with those on, I was like, those things are so nasty, dude. And Brian Russ did the Jagger salute when he scored.
Yeah, that was nasty.
That was so sick.
Coco, what are your thoughts on the Lightning jerseys?
So I'll get in my bottom 5.
Oh,
players.
are we gonna do that?
Yeah,
We're
you
gonna
said- you
pick
said we're going to.
Oh, okay, all right. I thought it was just.
Bottom 5, I got 5 Toronto Maple Leafs. I mean, they're just basically the same as their regular
Yeah,
jerseys.
yeah.
I mean, be a little more creative for me, will you? Like, come on. 4, I got the Calgary Flames. Colors aren't bad, but on the bottom, they have like a random diagonal stripe, and
Yeah.
it just ruins the entire jersey. I have no idea what they were thinking with that. Like, that was bad.
Yeah, you can tell that was like it was like the night before the project was due. and like they went down, they're like, hey mom, dad, I need the arts and crafts real quick. For what? Oh, I got a project due tomorrow. And they're like, oh, what the fuck? Blah blah blah.
Pissed, yeah.
yeah.
Wicked
Yeah,
nasty.
that was that like they had it until that diagonal stripe just ruined the entire thing. Like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Number 3, I got Arizona Coyotes. The desert color scheme just isn't doing it for me. Like, it's like brownish orange. I just don't Don't like that. Number 2, I got the Tampa Bay Lightning. No idea
Trash.
what is even going on there. There's
Trash.
like a flame on the sleeve or something.
It's
like,
a lightning bolt. It's supposed to be a lightning bolt.
Yeah, lightning bolt.
No, those things were terrible.
Too much going on there. Like I love the old logo, but yeah, but the sleeves, like that's just too much for me.
If you get rid of the bolt, dude, like those actually looked respectable.
Yeah, they could have been, but yeah, again, they ruined it. Just got too cute with it. And then number 1, the Detroit Red Wings. What the fuck are those? Dude, Helen Keller could have designed better jerseys than that, dude. Those things look gross. And then they basically just copied the Blackhawks jerseys, like the same thing.
Yeah.
So I thought those were terrible. You guys got any ones that were specifically bad?
Obviously the Lightning one was my number 1. That was like literally like one of the worst jerseys I've ever seen. Jeez. Oh, Vinny just pulled up the Detroit one. Those are disgusting.
Dude, they're terrible. Like, what is that?
Yeah, I didn't really.
That's literally like, oh yeah, shit. I gotta put together a paper mache model like in 2 hours for like science class or something like that.
I hated the Canadian ones too.
Yeah, you know what?
Baby blue, right? For no reason.
Yeah, for no reason.
I'm putting together a last minute list right here, and the Oilers is the worst one. I think I don't like it at all. I don't know what the hell it is.
Yeah,
it's like it looks like I don't know what it is. It looks like a raindrop or something, and like a titanium. I don't know what they're doing there, dude. The Sharks jerseys are like the baby blue. I don't know what they're doing.
Some people love those.
I'm looking at a ranking right now, and ESPN said they're the number 2 best ones, and I'm like, nah, I don't know. You know what they used to be called? They used to be called like the California Seals or something like that. I think that's why they have the color. And I'm looking at these. I'm like, I don't know about those. Like, I don't think I'd be pumped to wear those if I were the friggin' Sharks, but whatever. Question. One controversial one I have is the St. Louis Blues. I disagree with Bob on them. I'm not a big fan.
Well, wait, you're not a big history guy?
No, I'm not saying that. I just don't like how they're all yellow. Like, that's the main color.
Yeah, it's definitely different for the Blues. Yeah. Some of these like are way better when they're actually being worn by.
Yeah, you never know. They might look good when they're on the ice.
When these like dweebs are like friggin' modeling the jerseys, I'm like, that looks awful. But
yeah,
put them on the ice, it definitely could be different.
Yeah, honorable mention though for me, the Rangers jerseys was sick.
Yeah, Lady Liberty.
Yeah, they were like light blue, Lady Liberty. Like those were sick, dude.
The Islanders aren't bad. I don't think I'd put them
back to the Fishermen.
Yeah, not bad. I don't hate those.
Overall, I'd say decent. Joe, it's getting people interested in the game, gives people something to talk about or bitch about. So I love the whole idea of the reverse retro. Then like some of the ones like you mentioned, Bob, throw a little piece of history in there. So
yeah, the whole thing too, like the past 2 years they've been doing it has been god awful, and they actually brought the heat this time. Like, dude,
they've been like really bad. Like these weren't that bad at all.
Yeah, like I would say there's only like a handful that actually suck, and then the rest of them are like, all right, like you know what I mean. Like that's why we're like making that top 5 was good because you like anything could have been top 5 to be honest. Like there was a lot I left out.
The Sabres ones at first I didn't like, and then they wore them the other night, and I was like, oh, I actually like these.
Yeah, they're all white.
All white. And then they just released a third jersey. They're going back to the black and red.
They're so sexy.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah. If that would have been number 1 on my list, if it was.
If they just did if they did the regular. Dude, Chicago and Detroit literally did the same thing. Like with their jerseys. They're both like.
Dude, they copied each other.
Yeah.
At least Chicago has done something like that in the past. Detroit's never had black in their jerseys ever. They're always red and white. I have no idea why they went with that.
Yeah.
It looks brutal.
They went to Michael's craft shop like the night before and like was like freaking out.
The Predators are the same too, like you said with Toronto. They're like the same thing. Like I don't see the difference between their actual one.
The Red Wings were about to play in a Quincy Rec like soccer tourney or something. Like shit, we need jerseys.
Yeah.
Facts.
That's
all right. Why don't we get into our last segment, our gambling corner? To go just review the Vander Kane Gamble of the Year standings. Currently, myself is in first place at 7-3. Bob is not far behind at 6-3. Snipsky's still in it at 4-5. We got plenty of picks to give out. The boys were 14-2 on the last episode. I know it's been a little bit, so hopefully we're still hot. But 14-2 last time we're on the pod. I mean, that's something. That's pretty special. Also, there's this guy on Twitter called the Professor of Puck. He was 13-3 last week on his picks. You might want to go check him out. I'm not sure who he is, but
Yeah, never
he's hot.
never heard of him.
Get hot, stay hot.
He's hot. All right. Let's get into the picks. Tuesday, November 8th, we got the Edmonton Oilers heading south to Tampa Bay to take on the Lightning. This game will be on TNT. We got Oilers, Lightning. Who you guys got?
I kind of like the Oilers for this one. I'm just gonna pick. I'd pick them just straight up, like just money line, because the Lightning haven't really been playing that well. And I've seen like they've taken a step back. And McDavid's on another, like, I know we say this every single time. He just gets way better, like, every year, every game. It's fucked. Like, watching him play is incredible. And then, like, Draisaitl, like, obviously, like, having a great year because him and McDavid are just, like, a perfect 1-2 punch. Jack Campbell, like, in that. I know it's good. Obviously, like, the Lightning have the upper hand in that. But I think the Oilers are going and give him a good game. And I think it's going to be close. It's going to be a close game. And I think the Oilers are going to pull it out.
Yeah, it's a TNT game too, huh? Like a lot of eyes on this one. Oilers are coming off 2 losses. They played Dallas, 2 good teams too, Dallas and New Jersey. Lightning are coming off a 5-3 win against Buffalo, which is a good win. You know what? I'm not betting against the Lightning at home. I'll take them, just straight up.
We got Bob on the Oilers, Snipsky on the Lightning. This one's tough, honestly. Lightning have been good at home, 3-1-1 at home. Edmonton's been great on the road. They're 3-0 so far. They're currently losing to the Caps tonight, so they got a back-to-back. Don't like that for them. Jack Campbell's probably going to be in net. He has stunk lately. He's got a 4.2 goals allowed. If the Oilers lose tonight, I think that's a good spot for them to pick up a win, losing 3 in a row. I don't like either side. I'm going to go with the over. I'm going to say let's have fun and let's score some goals.
Wait, sportsmanship line?
You better hope Vasi doesn't have a nasty game.
I know Vasi scares me, but Lightning offense has been kind of clicking lately. They put up 5 the other night against Buffalo. Edmonton could break out at any minute. Like you said, McDavid's just been on a tear. So I'm going to go over. I think it's going to be a close one. Give me 4-3 in OT maybe. I'll take the over. All right, Wednesday night, we have a classic matchup, Crosby versus Ovechkin. It's the Pittsburgh Penguins going to Washington to take on the Capitals. This game is also on TNT. Pens, Caps, should be a good one. What do you guys think?
I'm going to take a page out of your book, Coco, and I'm going to go through the over on this one. 2 goalie debacles. Kemper can't stop anything, and Jari and DeSmith have looked not great. So, yeah, I'm going to go over on this one.
Okay. I'm going to pick I think I'm going to just go with the Pens. Both teams are dog shit right now. Big time. Four game
Look at all these L's. There's so many L's on that page.
These teams stink. But it's a lot of 1-goal losses by the Caps, and I think the Penguins are just going to score more goals than them because they're scoring a lot, and they're just not. Something's got to give in this game. I'm just going to go with the Pens.
Yeah, both these teams desperate for a win. I think Pittsburgh's just a little more desperate, losing 7 in a row. And Washington has an absolute laundry list of people injured right now. TJ Oshie, Nicholas Backstrom, John Carlson, Dmitry Orlov, Carl Hagelin, Tom Wilson, Connor Brown, all out for the Caps. Mm-hmm. That's like half their starting lineup.
Yeah, that's a notable injury list.
Give me the Penguins. They're not losing 8 in a row. There's no way. They're getting a win.
Yeah, there's no way.
Crosby swinging his pecker around in that locker room.
Yeah.
It's going to be like a 7-5 win because both these goalies are terrible.
Yeah.
Like
Jari
give us the Pens in the over. We need it.
Yeah.
Jari plays better than Kemper.
Yeah, we'll see. Thursday night, we got a big one. It's the Calgary Flames heading to Boston to take on the Bruins, the big bad bees. Flames, Bruins out in Boston. Heavyweight matchup here. What do you guys think?
That's going to be a really good game. It's going to be a tough one. It's going to be a straight defensive battle. But I like what I mentioned earlier, how the defense jumps into the play. in the offensive zone for the Bruins. I think that's going to bite him in the ass. So I think the Flames are going to win out right here. I'll take on Flames money line there because I think this going to be the game. It's going to be like similar to like the Senators. I don't think it's going to be as high scoring, but we might get caught up by surprise by the Flames' like play style because Daryl Sutter's going to know how to expose that running on offense that we're definitely trying to run against them.
Bob, I'm with you on that. I'm also going Flames here. Flames are my preseason pick to win the Cup. They started off real hot. They've cooled off. They've lost like 4 in a row. Bees are due for some regression. 10-2. They're due to lose a couple. Flames, good spot to get back on track. Huberdeau's been called out. He only has 5 points so far. 1 goal, 4 assists. So I think it could be a big night for him. I'm going Flames.
I'm going to go the other way because the Bruins are just too good, and it could be like a Colorado Avalanche type thing going on where they just don't lose at home. The Bruins are 6-0 at home. The Flames have played 1 road game, and they're 1-0. That's interesting. Yeah, the Flames are desperate. They lost to a couple bad teams, couple good ones. It's kind of hard to read what I'm seeing here. But I'm going to just go with the safe pick, take the Bruins just money line. They've been hammering the puck line lately, and I just think it's going to run out. So, Bees by 1.
All right, Friday night, we got Tampa Bay heading to Washington, take on the Caps. Lightning Capitals games on NHL Network on Friday night. What do you guys think here? Bolts, Caps?
Bolts, Caps. I think the Lightning are just so much better than the Capitals. In any like facet of the game, honestly. So and if like you said, like that laundry list of injuries, if they don't have any of those guys back, I think it's going to be an easy game for the Lightning. Give me a puck line on that. Tampa puck line.
Okay. So I think the Caps are just going to come out at home and win. I know I'm fading, but it's kind of this might be my ballsiest pick of the whole show. I'm going to fade it because Caps are just going to come out at home, and it depends on who's in net. If Vazzy's in net against we pick the game. If he's in net, they throw in Elliott. There's a couple bums in net on both sides. So
if Elliott gets put in net, can I retract my pick?
I know it's a ways out.
Yeah,
we'll put pending Brian Elliott.
Yeah, and it's on the NHL Network, so the game's kind of buried. So they're gonna like throw in Elliott, and it's gonna be like Elliott versus Lindgren, and it's gonna be like a high scoring event. And I think that's perfect for the Caps. So Caps.
Yeah, I'm just fading the Caps as much as I can here. They have too many injuries right now. Lightning haven't been playing great. Time for them to get hot. Give me the Bolts. I don't trust Washington right now. All right, last game on our slate. Saturday afternoon game, 1:00. It's Ottawa Sens heading to Philly to take on the Flyers, also on NHL Network. Sens Flyers. Before we get into this, I got a bone to pick with NHL scheduling. Like, how are you putting Sens Flyers on national television on a Saturday? And then the Flyers are also playing on national television on Sunday, back to back.
Yeah, like that makes no sense.
That's crazy.
Yeah. And the other thing too,
the other games that are being played and they're not on TV are absurd.
Oh, and then they're putting on ESPN Plus, is that what you're saying? The other ones?
Yeah, ESPN Plus is the woat.
I invested in it like 3 years ago.
It's
bought
perfect.
it and just had it ever since. It's like $9 a month, so I'm like, fuck it. So I can watch a good amount of these games. But if I didn't have it, I'd be pissed. How are you supposed to watch like some of the best games of the night?
That's the worst, dude. And like the other thing too about like the whole scheduling, it sucks because like they have the games all at the same time, so they all have intermission at the same time.
Oh, I hate that.
Which pisses me off, dude.
That's what I like about like football. They'll overlap games just so you're not turning off the TV, or you could like flip to like Fox or CBS. You know what I mean? And you can find another game that's on. But yeah, they do start all at the same time, so you're like pulling your prick in between games, and you're like, "What's going on?" You know what I mean? You're like, "Why is this game not on You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Sometimes they do it where there'll be like a 7 and a 7:30 and 8 o'clock game, which is perfect because that's like a period ahead. But
Yeah, like during the intermission, you're just sitting there like your head's buried in TikTok or Bumble or whatever. You're just like fucking swiping right.
your sister's ass.
Yeah, yeah, and then you look up, you're like, oh shit, the game's back on. All right.
But yeah, NHL schedule is brutal. They got to figure it out. It's Canes Avs on Saturday night, and that game is not on TV.
What? Wait, it's on ESPN Plus?
Yeah.
What kind of bullshit is that?
That's what I'm saying. Like, what are we doing here?
Canes Avs should be like broadcast to the world. If you want to market hockey, that's the team. That's the thing you want to shove down people's throats.
Maybe it's like one of those things where the rights are too expensive, like where like they're trying to get it from like Carolina, and Carolina's like, oh well, you're gonna have to pay this much money, and NHL's just cheaping out on it.
Yeah, the night game they have is Pens Canadians.
What on the NHL Network?
Yeah.
NHL Network coverage is the woe too. I don't know how like they like have you ever watched like games on NHL Network? It's brutal.
Yeah, it's not great.
I don't like what
He's the best by far.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah, they got Biz and like all those guys.
ESPN's kind of tough too to listen to sometimes.
Yeah, Leah Hextall.
I don't like Bucci either.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Well, I never liked Bucci ever since he didn't give me that fucking shirt.
Yeah,
dude,
I 5 straight Bucci OT challenges and he never picked me, dude.
Yeah, everyone
just deletes the tweet.
Everyone out there, everyone knows what the Bucci overtime challenge is, John Bucci-Gross. I won it like four nights in a row with something crazy. Like so did Coco. Coco won it like probably like 2 or 3 nights in a row. Where me and him would be chilling in my room watching OT games, doing beers, and we'd be like, "Oh yeah, Derek step on," or whatever. You know what I mean? Just like tweeting at Bucci, and we were right every single fucking night, dude. And then I was like, "Yo, where's my shirt?" Nothing. And then you see like 3 Rockets that probably don't know shit about hockey wearing a Bucci overtime jersey. I'm like, "Yo, fuck this guy."
Yeah.
So Bucci-Gross, you're on my shit list ever since, like, what was that, 2015?
Yeah.
It's been a while. It's been a while, Bucci. I've been waiting for it.
Bucci the dog.
I'll send you my address.
Yeah, he owes us a shirt big time.
Yeah. Pull up, Booch.
All right, Sens Flyers. What do we think?
Oh yeah, I forgot we had to make a
I got this. So they already played last.
Philly won.
2-1. Wait, am I? Yeah. So they're playing. They already played. And Flyers won 2-1, and that's easy. I'm just going to take the Senators because the Senators are better than the Flyers. I think the Flyers are just riding a high off of having torts. They're going to cool off soon, and I'm going to take the
revenge game.
Yeah, Sens are pissed. They got Forsberg. He should be playing better. 3.5 goals against. 3-6. They're due. Carter Hart's 6-0, dude.
Yeah, he's been lights out, but
yeah, we'll see.
they're also letting up like 40 shots on goal a game, dude. He's due to let in some.
Yeah, so Senators hammer it, puck line.
Ooh.
I agree with Vinny except for the puck line. I think Senators got to come back and win. Because the whole thing, dude, like what I said at the beginning of last time we recorded, like a month ago, it felt like, but yeah, so the Flyers, what I said is like, yeah, they started off hot, but I don't think they have the sustainability to like keep on doing what they're doing. It's gonna like slow down at some point. And the Senators have the offensive firepower, and I think Carter, like you said, Carter Hart's like due to have like a blow up game, and I think that's probably gonna be the game.
Senators lost 5 in a row.
Yeah, they need to get hot.
And the Phillies. Like their goals for and goals against exact same 2.5 for 2.5 against. They don't score enough goals either. I just think if the Ottawa Senators like score like they did against the Bruins, we've seen that they should smoke the Flyers.
It's just growing pains for the Senators, dude. It's just so many like new faces in that locker room. They're just trying to get hot.
What's his name get hurt too? He's good. I can't think of his name right now. I'll look at right here. It's he might be back now. Actually, he's not on the list, so never mind.
Whoever that is.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm being very vague right now. I can't think of who it is, but he's good.
That was in Snipsky's be a GMO in NHL. I think you got that.
Yeah.
No, it was. I think it's Colin White. I think that's who it was.
No, Colin White's on. He's on Florida now.
Oh, is he?
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. So it's definitely your GM mode.
Nah.
Yeah. Snipsy's playing too much shell.
Yeah.
I am playing shell, but it might be on my ultimate team.
I'm making this a consensus. I'm rolling with the Sens too. Sens have not looked good. I had them as a playoff contender. They're making me look bad, so they need to figure it out.
I think we all said playoffs.
They can't drop 2 in a row to Philly. They need to win. Give me the Sens. They're much better at home. They got to figure out on the road that on the road they stink.
Yeah, they haven't won. Josh Norris, that's what I was talking about.
Oh yeah, he's good.
Yeah, he was. I heard he got hurt, but he must be back now.
I mean, dude, they're a young squad other than Giroux.
Too much firepower, man. They got like Drake Matheson.
Yeah, but they're all young. They're just trying to like learn how to win games and like close out games and stuff. That's all it really is. Like it's just growing pains in that locker room right now. They
got a roster. They look good. It's just they got to glue it together.
Yeah, they're due to go on a run here, and I think it starts with a big win over the Flyers. So those are our picks this week. Coming off a 14-2 session a few weeks ago. Do what you want with that. Hopefully the boys can stay hot. Before we sign off, we do have one of our favorite segments. Bob, fun fact of the day. Why don't you take us away?
Yeah, so this fact here, I'm like honestly not even shocked for some reason, just because like how everything was back in the day. The original Stanley Cup was only 7 inches high. That's it.
Wow.
Bigger than my penis.
That's for you. That's you saying that. It's very big of you.
It's what?
It's very big of you.
It's very big of me.
But no pun intended.
Oh, there we go. Yeah, but 7 inches high, man. Like, imagine winning that thing. Like that's so, dude. Like that means like the Canadians when they won like 20 like what? How many they won in a row, dude? They just like hoisting a 7-inch high Stanley Cup.
Damn. I knew they added layers to the cup every year, but I didn't know it started out like that. I figured it would be a decent sized trophy.
Yeah, right. Crazy.
Yeah, that's crazy. I wonder, like 7 inches, so like that big, like not that, like they're like hoisting like small little toy. Is that what it is? Like,
yeah, Snipsy's used to 7 inches.
Yeah.
I don't know what 7 inches looks like.
7 inches isn't big enough.
I don't know what 7 inches looks like, fellas. So I gotta use my imagination.
One can only dream, right?
Yeah. You can't have it all.
Bob's a personality guy, as you can tell.
Oh, I have a hell of a personality. That's why I'm single.
You said it, not me.
Yeah, but that was my fun fact, guys. Hopefully it was very fun for you to hear that.
That was a good one. A little piece of hockey history there.
And a little jab at myself, too.
A little bit. All right. All right. As always, we'd like to thank our producer, Mass Music Radio. They continue to produce music for the masses. So if you haven't already, be sure to go check them out and their other featured podcasts over at massmusicradio.com. I think that just about wraps it up for us tonight. We hope you enjoyed today's episode. Thank you for tuning in to another High Slot Podcast episode. Be sure to go check us out on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok at High Slot Podcast for more daily hockey content. Thanks, everyone, and we'll see you next time.
See you, everyone.
Later. Thank you.
Peace.